What's really hard about recording these genuine videos is like, how do you talk about things in a way that you're not using like a YouTube personality or something? So I've done this. This is me starting this introduction to calm me down to then talk about what I want to talk about. And that is, I was at the gym today and I was getting a bunch of texts from my family. We got a big text chain with all of us on it, and they sent a text of pictures, and I wanted to do a funny, goofy one. So I flip my shirt in, so like I did this, where I go on the inside and I pull it down. You can see my belly. And I took a picture of it. But just as I was taking a picture of it, two people came in and they basically they got into my picture. And I immediately went into defensive mode, where I was like, you know what, this isn't my fault. They were the ones that walked into my shot. They were the ones that walked in after I'd already started this video. And I got really, really defensive about it. Like in my mind, about after 2 minutes, I was like, what are you talking about, man? Why are you getting so defensive about it? If you took a step back, big breath in, big breath out, take one step back, what's the right thing to do regardless of what you think is good or bad? And I was like, well, the right thing to do would be just to approach them and say, hey, I got this video of you. I'm not posting on any social media. I just sent it to my family. I just want to let you know that. And that was, forget everything else. Forget about being defensive or what's right or wrong in that situation for that specific instance. The right thing was just to be like, hey guys, I got you in the background of my picture. Are you okay with that? So I did. I went up to both of them, and one guy's name was Joe. He was super cool. He was like, I don't, what are you talking about? I don't care, man. And the other guy was also super cool, and he was like, oh, absolutely not. I don't care at all. But it did two things. One, it cleared my mind, so I didn't feel bad anymore. I didn't feel like I was infringing on them and the things that they were doing. And then the second thing it did was it's just the right thing to do. Like people could say it's the Christian thing to do or the right thing to do or the whatever religion or whatever thing, but it was just the right thing to do. This is where I feel like real estate agents in the real estate industry has started to fall flat on just the idea that you want to get so defensive in real estate because it's all independent contractors and they're all trying to support their business. And there's a bus right there. I think that's a realtor. That is a realtor one. They're all trying to feed their families, and it's not. There's less professionalism in real estate because it's a whole bunch of independent people who it just takes 120 credit hours for them to get their real estate license, and then they can go and help people buy and sell $20 million houses if they chose to. And so that level of professionalism that you would see in like I used to be a quality assurance manager, and so I would sub for people like Northrop Grumman and stuff, but I would do the quality programs for government jobs. And the government jobs are hugely stringent, but I was never mad at the government. I mean, I was never mad at the people working with the government because they were just following their systems. And they were trying to follow their systems to be right, to do what's good by the American people. I'm not going to get in a big old conversation about the government and all that, but they have systems, they have to follow them. Real estate agents have less systems because there's so many brokerages, so many real estate agents that it's so independent, and not as many people have the mentality of what is the correct system and the correct way to handle this. Another perfect example of something I did wrong was we lost a client 2 months back. And it was because my wife was, it's because we're going to have a baby. And they were busy, and like I was so upset. I was like, that's such a crap, stupid, dumb reason. That's such a, I would have worked so hard for him. I could have got it all done. But I could tell you, that week that I had a baby, I probably wouldn't have done a very good job. And also on top of that, maybe the other agent, I immediately was like, that other agent's not as good as me. I think I texted him that. You know how crazy that is? You know how unprofessional that is? Because I got defensive, and I wanted to prove a point instead of taking a step back and doing what was right. And the right thing would have been, the correct professional thing would have been, hey, I appreciate your guys' decision. If you have any more questions, feel free to reach out to me, and letting it be. Like, these people were referrals from other people. I should have been a better proponent of being professional because they came from somebody else. It's all turned out okay. They're nice people. They're still talking to me. It's not like blowing up or going to be terrible, but it's something I should have handled better. And it's the same thing in real estate. When people's offers don't get accepted, when situations don't go the way they want them to, real estate agents blame everybody else. Real estate agents, because they don't have the training, the professional training that you would get if you became a manager at a Target or something, I don't know. They don't get that training on how do I manage rejection or manage problems. What is the training I need to be able to understand and critically think how to solve this problem? And so, an offer is rejected. And instead of saying, these are the things we could have done better on an offer, a lot of agents, because like 85% of agents are turnover every 2 years. So you see a lot of listings or a lot of buyers that are using an agent for their first to fifth time. Their thought goes to, I'm defensive. This is crap. You were wrong for not accepting my offer. Instead of, what could we have done to accept that offer? Would my client have offered a little bit more money if they were more comfortable knowing that they weren't overly paying? So you could have done an escalation clause, or could you have given the sellers more time to move out? How do you critically think to solve the problem as a real estate agent and communicate to your buyers in a professional way? Hey, they didn't accept your offer. This was the reason they didn't accept your offer. I'm going to be unemotional about this because this is my job and I need to explain to you the process. If you have emotions, that's 100% okay. And think about your emotions and be okay with your emotions. And that is inherently where the real estate market and real estate agents and loan officers, I would feel like as well, need to do a better job creating professionalism in the industry. And we need to create a higher standard of systems that are required to communicate with other agents or provide the training to people. Yes, we need ethics training and stuff like that. I do agree with that, but we need to heighten not only the ethics, but the professionalism of the real estate industry. But I don't know, comment down below. Have you dealt with a situation where somebody was being unprofessional? If so, comment it down below. Other than that, thanks for listening to me ramble. Hope you have a great day, and bye-bye now.